the Atlantic Gold Sport in the recent tournament in the USA. She was also captain of the Australian national team during those successes as well. And of course, she's our very own here. So you'll stand up, give her a round of applause and honour our champion.
Good afternoon and welcome to FFV Radio in the Mixlr app and mixlr.com/FFV Radio. PlayStation 4 NPL Victoria Women's this afternoon. South Melbourne hosting Alamein at Lakeside Stadium. And we are live in the Mixlr app. It's a pleasure to have your company. Big game for South Melbourne with Calder United beaten yesterday. They can really stamp their authority at the top of PlayStation 4 NPL Victoria Women's. That whistle gets us underway in almost perfect conditions at Lakeside this afternoon. And we'll get to the teams in just a moment with the action having got underway. For those of you listening on FFV Radio, we are primarily calling today's match for the highlights on the South Melbourne FC channel. So make sure you check those out on YouTube during the week. Almost giving the ball away, South Melbourne, but they're able to escape out the left side. Now a driving diagonal ball from Blissett played into the path of Martineau. From the edge of the area, Martineau's looking for Devanna, who was unmarked, but didn't quite time the volley. And Aaron Hudson crashing through, knocking over Devanna and punching away the ball. Able to put it out for a corner. And the returning all-time leading scorer for the Matildas, who was acknowledged in the pre-match today for breaking that record, is gingerly getting back up to her feet and able to stand underneath this corner kick. South Melbourne, first corner, attacking the lake end. And off the midriff of Jamie Pollock. Was first to the ball, but couldn't get a goal-bound touch as it goes out for a restart to Alamein. So do the teams. South Melbourne with Molly May Ramsey in goal, Antonia Nateros, Alex Cheel, Jamie Pollock, Melina Ayres, Julia Nicolacci, Natalie Martineau, Ella Mastrantonio, Tiff Eliadis, Lisa Devanna, and the 17-year-old Chelsea Blissett in the starting lineup today. Appears to be playing at left back. And for Alamein, Erin Hudson, Mariana Anthony, Anita Lesh, Jamie Williams, Ria Schroeder, Jana Lawson, Ali Coleman, Caitlin Douglas, Amy Jackson, Amy Kane, and Marielle Pastor. On the bench, South Melbourne with Coco Mastorovic, their backup goalkeeper, Amy Medwin, Michelle Vertzi, Caitlin Greiser, and Lucy Adamopoulos. And for Alamein, Melissa Maisels, Maria Patricus, Kelsey Minton, Ash Lefebvre, and Ali Baker. Ayres looking for Devanna. Now volleyed on by Pastor. Loses out at a 50-50. Mastrantonio took the ball away, but it's been coughed up by Devanna. And now Pastor hitting a long ball. Foot race between Pollock and Lawson. Now through the left side. Alamein able to win their first corner of the afternoon. Good run from Jana Lawson and Pollock turning the ball behind. Two games this afternoon coming up from 4 p.m. It's South Melbourne versus the Bentley Greens in men's NPL. And we'll be bringing you that game live as well. In the meantime, Alamein attacking the city end. If anything, they're going against the wind in the first half. Pastor's corner. It's taken a goal-bound deflection. Lawson can't put it over the line, though, and South Melbourne scramble it away. Goalkeeper didn't know much about it, but the defence was able to clear it off the line. South Melbourne with a narrow escape. And now launching a counter-attack. Devanna looking for Ayres. Ayres holds the ball up. Return pass to Devanna. It's Devanna on the right side, and it's fumbled out by Hudson. Just able to scoop it wide at the last moment when it looked like Devanna's shot might have been able to creep underneath her outstretched hand. Into it. Really has been a flying first 3.5 minutes of this match. South Melbourne know they can break 5 points clear at the top of the league if they win today, so they've got every incentive to go for it against an Alamein team who are fairly safe in fourth at the moment. Corner glanced on by Coleman and now cleared with a deflection off Nicolaci out for a goal kick. Things just settle down and relax for a brief moment. The two coaches, Socrates Nicolaitis of South Melbourne and Sinisa Koadzic of Alamein, they've split their head-to-heads 1-1 this season. Alamein winning 2-1 at H.A. Smith Reserve, and then South Melbourne 3-1 in the game at Amy Park, which was relocated from Lakeside Stadium. Materos wins the header. Nicolaci. Martineau chasing towards the right side, but too much on the pass. And it goes out for a throw. Ball bounces beyond Coleman. Devanna looking to capitalise. Veering into the penalty area. Devanna cuts to the top of the box, and then a bending shot, which is well wide of the target. Couldn't quite bring it back nearly enough. And out it goes for another goal kick. South Melbourne's team pretty close to full strength. Only Alex Gummer of the notable absentees today. Perhaps the reason for Blissett being preferred to Medwin at left back. Position that Gummer has held down quite regularly this season, along with playing in the middle. Blissett's header. And now cleared out for a throw by Coleman. So South Melbourne trying to turn the screws 5.5 minutes in and sustaining a couple of attacks. Coleman. Pass out to the right side of defence. Jackson playing it down the line to Cheel. Cheel's return ball. Volleyed away. Lesh. Battle for possession in midfield. Deflects to Martineau. Mastrantonio keeps it moving into the path of Devanna. It's been a really busy opening. Cutting to the top of the box. Nicolaci was running from deep. Douglas tracked her all the way and took the ball. Pollock follows up. Volleyed clear by Jackson. Now an aerial duel. Jamie Pollock, Amy Kane. Spins onto the ball. Trying to play through Lawson. Ramsey out of her line. Knocks the ball to Martineau. South Melbourne can't play their way out of trouble because it's gone straight to Jamie Williams. Williams pass straight to Pollock. Pollock's pass to Devanna. And now Devanna trying to slide it to Ayres, holding it up and was looking to reverse it back to Eliadis, but Williams was first to respond and now clears it out for a throw. Taken quickly. Alamein regained possession. Driven down the right side. Kane in a battle against Cheel. Played back to Ramsey. Ramsey looking for Devanna. Williams came through and took the ball, but the referee says not legally. It's going to be South Melbourne foul and free kick just inside the attacking circle. Mastrantonio rolls it over to the right. Martineau. Nita Lesh trying to win the ball back and can't. Mastrantonio to Blissett. Now a quick 1-2 with Eliadis. Blissett's away down the left side. Sweeping onto a left-footed cross. And honed in on goal. Perhaps caught the wind, and Erin Hudson was awake to the danger. Able to set herself and catch the ball on the goal line. You can hear the wind rattling through our effects microphone today. Very strongly favouring the end that South Melbourne are attacking in the first half. Williams hits a ball into that wind and it holds up and bounces. Players leaping for the ball. Lawson able to emerge. Top of the box, neat little shimmy. Lawson loses the defence and scores. Alamein off to a flying start. And Jana Lawson able to lose the defence with a clever shimmy and then broke through the left side, and the finish inside the bottom left corner, a good one. It's Alamein 1, South Melbourne 0. And Jana Lawson running down that left side has been dangerous in the opening stages. She strikes first, and Alamein leads South Melbourne 1-0. Having a very good season, Jana Lawson. And that is the sort of goal that will certainly be welcomed by Calder and Geelong further down the table. Devanna breaking through the right. South Melbourne looking for the quick reply. Devanna cuts onto her right side. Defenders closing in. Tried to nutmeg Jackson. Couldn't get away with it. All cleared only as far as Mastrantonio. Now Devanna clips a return pass into the area. Jackson heads it away. Lawson, the goal scorer, coming in the 9th minute. Ball deflects over to the right side. Rhea Schroeder, former South Melbourne player, taking on Blissett, who is able to hold her ground and win possession. Now Cheel. Possession given back to South Melbourne. Nateros hits a diagonal pass out for a throw. So the early goal means we can go and recap the table, because this is a potential game changer, especially after Geelong Galaxy's win against Calder yesterday. It would only serve to compress the title race if Alamein was to win today. South Melbourne playing their 24th match today on 55 points. Calder have played 23, they're on 53. Geelong Galaxy have played 22. They're on 48. Long ball by Nicolaci through the left side. Devanna breaking. Gets to the ball before the byline. Red shirts converging on Devanna. Twisting and turning, trying to find an opening to cross the ball in. And now the shot coming once, blocked, twice, blocked again. Martineau denied. Ayres, deflected shot rolls in. Aaron Hudson had dived out of the way, unable to recover in time. And South Melbourne get their equaliser in a matter of minutes. It's 1-1 at Lakeside. Melina Ayres scoring the goal. And the ever-reliable source of South Melbourne goals this year strikes right when they needed it. Alamein barely able to enjoy a couple of minutes in the ascendancy. And we are already back on level terms, 1-1. Goal coming in the 12th minute. Field for Aaron Hudson in goal. The Alamein defence unable to really provide her a great deal of protection there. Martineau shot twice into defenders. Hudson was trying to anticipate the shot breaking through, and as she dived in one direction, Ayres sent it back in the other. Seen some shootouts at Lakeside this year. Perhaps we're on track for another one. Pastor plays the ball to Douglas. Blocked away by Cheel. Blissett plays it to Mastrantonio. And going in with a slight challenge on Pastor, Mastrantonio gives a foul away. So I'd only just given the table. Let's recap it again. South Melbourne, if they draw today, would go to 56 points. 3 clear of Calder on 53. South Melbourne's goal difference is 12, better than that of Calder though. And Geelong Galaxy on 48 would be needing quite a few favours from other teams in the league to stand any chance of finishing top of the league. Really do need Alamein to win today. Pass from Mastrantonio out to the left. Blissett's made a flying start to this one. Looking to charge at Coleman. Comes to a standstill and the ball is cleared away by Williams. Cheel. Firmly hit back pass to Ramsey. now the flag is up for offside. Things just settle down as Alamein have a restart in their defensive half. Hit down the right, Schroeder. Cuts it in looking for Douglas. Eliadis read the pass. The clanging and banging you can hear in the background is the advertising boards being set up for the men's match. Lesh. Pastor, battle against Nateros. Douglas keeps the ball moving. Schroeder nicks it back to Douglas. Left-footed shot and straight at the goalkeeper. 2 bounces and into the grasp of Molly May Ramsey. Both teams attacking. Taking a look at the context for Alamein. Galaxy's win yesterday leaves them with an uphill battle to try and get into 3rd place. Galaxy on 48 from 22 played. Alamein are playing their 23rd match today. They're on 43. Southern United a massive 13 points back on 30. There's also 14 goals difference between the pair. Long ball down the right. Martineau clips it over Jackson. Will it sit for Martineau? Goes for the cross instead and put it over the head of Devanna, who has to wheel out of the penalty area and onto the ball. At the left touchline, Jamie Williams trying to guard Devanna. Devanna cuts past, squares it, Ayres, plenty of time to pick her spot. It's Ayres, just wide to the right. And it took a deflection. That might explain why Ayres didn't hit the target as it goes out for a corner. So even if they lose today, Alamein, it'd take nothing short of a miracle for Southern United to catch them for 4th spot. Only 15 points left for Southern to play for this year. So Alamein are only 3 away from mathematically closing the door to the top 4. Here's Mastro Antonio's corner. High over a pack of players. Nicolacci wrestling for the ball. Williams pops through with a header and puts it out for a corner on the left side at the lake end. Wind has just settled down a bit. It'll still be an in-swinger, you would think. Mr. Antonio taking corners from both sides at the moment. Over the head of Ayres, volleyed away by Lawson. And now a deflected shot just wide to the right. Three corners in a row for South as Mastro Antonio's shot deflects just wide of the post. Now they're going to mix it up on the corners and send over Blissett. For those of you not familiar, 17-year-old from the Albury-Wodonga League. He's also played in the New South Wales junior ranks for MacArthur and Marconi. Mastro Antonio. Back to Cheel. Now Mastro Antonio to Martineau. First time flick on. Coleman heads it away. Scored Alamein's goal at Amy Park last time the teams met. Nateros headed away by Williams. Now Mastro Antonio again. Another lofted attacking ball. This one bounces into the grasp of Erin Hudson. Kane. Alamein with an attacking foray, trying to relieve the pressure. Maybe another counter punch like their opening goal of the game. Nateros and Kane in a physical duel. It's waved away. Eliadis now against Anthony. Turns the ball back to Nateros. Nateros pass intercepted by Douglas. And Douglas shooting from distance, trying to catch out Molly May Ramsey. That was ambitious. And she didn't put it on target. It tumbles wide for a goal kick. Ramsey's goal kick. Pastor pushed off to win the header, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it. And now sees a foul by Anthony on Eliadis. Talking about ex-South Melbourne players in the Alamein team. There's quite a few. Mariana Anthony, Rhea Schroeder, Amy Jackson spent a season at South. And Ali Baker on the bench today as well. Has also worn South Melbourne's colours in the past. Master Antonio over the head of Schroeder. With a little glance on the way. It's going to be a South Melbourne throw in the attacking half. Blissett throws it in. And volleyed clear by Jackson. Devanna gives up possession to Douglas, legged by Master Antonio. And it will be an Alamein free kick in the defensive half. These two teams would both be hoping to be at Hume City on grand final day as we count towards the biggest day of the season, all 4 grades of NPL Women's. Pastor saved by Ramsey. And the ball hooked onto the roof of the net. Nearly an own goal from Martineau. Double chance, you'd have to say, for Alamein. Pastor went for the shot on side as soon as the ball bounced through. Ramsey was able to parry it down with the right hand. And then the follow-up to clear it away very nearly sliced back in. Alamein will take the corner. Their goal at Lakeside. Pastor's corner. And like the clearance before, it lands on the roof of the net. And no real threat on this occasion to Molly May Ramsey's target. I mentioned that we've had some shootouts at Lakeside this year. South Melbourne beating Bulleen 5-4, NTC 5-2 and 9-2 this year. A 3-all draw with Geelong Galaxy. It really has been home to a lot of attacking and entertaining football. A 2-all draw recently against Calder United. Hard pressed to think that it's going to stay 1-1 for the remaining 70 minutes of the game. Douglas, long diagonal ball, sets Schroeder a task. Blissett is going to lead her to possession, cuts it back to Cheel. Cheel back to Blissett. Straining to reach the ball and then skips around Williams, still able to keep it in. And then cuts it under the boot of Jackson, who missed the interception. Eliadis, now Devanna. It's Devanna from a tight angle. Hudson parries and it's cleared off the line. Lesh got it away. Ali Coleman with the initial touch, and then it looped along the goal line. And Anita Lesh was able to get it out of danger and then deflect it out off Martineau for a goal kick. Alamein couldn't have come much closer to conceding than that, really. It was the missed interception from Jackson that allowed Eliadis to play Devanna through the left side, and Devanna very nearly put South into a 2-1 lead. Goal kick from Hudson. Lawson, Douglas. Now Pastor, Kane. Neat build-up from Alamein as Lawson plays Kane through the left, stops to get her step right, and it just allowed Nateros to come over and close her down. The ball out for a goal kick. With the wind having settled down, we can turn the effects microphone up and hear the shouts of the players and also the coaches coming from pitch level. Ball rolled out to the left side. Cheel hits it down the line. Blissett into the path of Devanna. And Devanna breaks away from Jackson to the byline. Devanna into the 6-yard box, and it's nicked away from Ayres by Coleman at the last moment. And the ball rolls all the way along the byline out for a throw. That looked like it nearly worked to perfection for South Melbourne. So straightforward. Devanna to the byline, cutting back to Ayres. And the Alamein defender got there in the nick of time. Long throw, bouncing into the box, and Amy Kane has no choice but to head it behind for a corner. South Melbourne keep the pressure on. It is going to be Chelsea Blissett to take the corner. Loads up and strikes it left-footed, curving into the near post. It falls in the 6-yard box. Coleman clears, Mastrantonio following up, and the charging defensive pack able to get it away, and now Nateros blazes it onto the running track. Goal kick for Hudson, taking it from right in the middle of the goal. Pollock heads it back into the attacking half for South. And the ball tumbles out to the Alamein bench. Jackson, long clearance. South Melbourne trying to force it back into their attacking third. Ayres hits the line, rolls beyond Eliadis, out for a throw. It's been an action-packed opening. We've had a goal each after 25 minutes, but a number of chances for both teams. Some of them rather nicely constructed and some of them mad scrambles. Bit of everything so far. Pollock, header out for another throw. Douglas coughs up possession. Eliadis. Jackson backtracking to Hudson. Aaron Hudson switches over to the right side. Williams looks up and doesn't see a great deal to play the ball to, just boots it long. Alex Cheal sweeps onto it for South Melbourne. Now Jamie Pollock. Anthony challenging Eliadis. Lawson unable to keep the ball. Eliadis gives possession away. Coleman. And again, just another hopeful long ball. This one might work out a bit better because Ramsey's charged out and then just bunted it away off the thighs. And for the second time in the game, Douglas tries to catch the keeper off her line. That one is scooped well over the bar. Not the worst idea to take the long shot shooting into the wind, but Douglas has still found the power in the boots to sky two of them convincingly over the target. You can hear the shouts of both benches as the goal kick is set up. Nateros then just blazes it down the line and out for a Alamein throw, more or less on halfway. Anita Lesh to bring the ball in. Nateros headed back out for another throw. Lesh. Now Lawson. Douglas flick header on, and for the fourth time in quick succession, it will be an Alamein throw on the left side of their attack. Mastrantonio charges through, wins possession, and Devanna breaks central. Ayres turning and looking for Mastrantonio. Jackson took the ball. Martineau. And now Mastrantonio. First time cross. Eliadis was waiting for the ball, but Mariana Anthony judged it better in the air. Martineau to Cheal. Back to Martineau. Now Pollock switches over to the left side. Blissett is there. Blissett skipping through Alamein challenges into the penalty area. Still going. Rolls out to the byline. And then was taking it beyond the byline. Unable to play across in looking for a teammate. 29 minutes gone. South Melbourne 1, Alamein 1. Alamein opened the scoring in the 9th minute through Jana Lawson. Cancelled out in the 12th minute by Melina Ayres. A result that would be good enough for Calder United to potentially move back to the top of the league if they were to win their catch-up game. They'd have to win it by 13 goals, though. Nicolacci headed away by Williams. Ball tumbling on. Foul by Eliadis on Pastor. Played quickly. Bouncing ball. Hooked away by Jamie Pollock. Straight into the path of Murray Pastor. Now Amy Kane. Flick headed to no one. Shield gets it away. Out for an Alamein throw. South Melbourne know they're in a game today. Alamein are really taking it to them. Lesh. Pastor brings the ball down. Fell over as she played it. Slides back to Williams. Deflection through the right side. Schroeder onside. And Rhea Schroeder picks out the bottom left corner. Referee's running over to the assistant here because there were shouts for offside. Alamein celebrations cut short. And it's offside. Well, that's going to have Alamein coach Sinisa Kovacic absolutely losing his rag. And if South Melbourne score here, it's going to be a total meltdown. Devanna breaking into the area. Cutting onto her right side, trying to keep it moving. Nicolacci scoops it over the bar, and that was a great chance for South. Oh, a real bit of drama here. It was a great finish from Schroeder. Some of the South Melbourne defenders had stopped, believing it to be offside, but they don't call the decisions. The lino does. And it was only after a consultation between the central referee and the assistant that they agreed to put the flag up. That is a moment of real contention here in the 31st minute. Feel for Rhea Schroeder. That was a great strike. Blissett. South Melbourne perhaps can heed the warning that Alamein are really on song in an attacking sense today. Anthony, only as far as Pollock. Jamie Pollock now, high curving ball out to the left. Devanna, the flag is up on South Melbourne. Offside. Restart for Alamein. Battle for possession on the right. Pastor prevails. And now two Alamein players caught offside on the end of a long ball. Shields trying to pick a very tight window, sliding it down the left. Slid out by Schroeder for a throw. Now breaking into the box, Eliadis trying to keep the ball at her feet. Bit of pinball, back to Eliadis. Attack still going, Nicolacci over the bar. He's had some chances, Julia Nicolacci. Really is specialising in the role of being the last one to break into the area, making the run from deep. On that occasion, though, off balance and always going high. Erin Hudson looking into the sun as she takes the goal kick. Lawson being harassed by Nateros and gives away possession. South Melbourne throw. Crowd slowly starting to build here at Lakeside. Seen a number of Bentley Greens players make their way in for this afternoon's 4 p.m. kickoff in the men's. Huge match South Melbourne and Bentley draw and Heidelberg wins, then the title is decided today. If one beats the other, then regardless of the result at Olympic Village, the title won't be decided until next Sunday. Devanna knocks the ball down to Ayres. Sends it out to the left. Blissett chases it down. And now into the path of Devanna. Ball turned out and away for a throw. Cheel. Pastor. Kane. Alamein up to halfway, and now a through ball, trying to set Lawson loose. Jenna Lawson, a touch out in front, too much. Easy pickings for the keeper. Ramsey picks up the ball. Jenna Lawson was nearly through, but the touch out in front so she could open up the sprint, just a bit too heavy. South Melbourne back the other way. Nicolaci setting Blissett a task, runs the ball down right on the paint of the touchline, cutting it in. Devanna on the tight angle, straight at Hudson. Set herself behind the save and was able to hold on to the ball next to the right-hand post. Hudson boots it long to Jamie Pollock of South Melbourne, though. Nicolaci loses possession to Pastor. Space for Douglas, tries to slide a pass, and Schroeder's offside. Flag up. Alamein, who've been hanging off the last defender at times today, again unable to time their run. Restart from the offside by Jamie Pollock into the head of Schroeder. Kane challenging, Pollock back through. High bouncing ball, Schroeder backtracking, Blissett chasing. Schroeder turns it out onto the running track for a throw. Ball into the area, held by Hudson. Overarm throw. Out to Lawson. Now Lesh. And Natalie Martineau fouls Anita Lesh. 36 minutes gone inside the last 10 of the first half. South Melbourne 1, Alamein 1. Lesh's free kick headed away by Nateros. Coleman knocks over Ayres. Now Douglas. Eliadis. Douglas back in. Scooping long ball. Lawson offside. And some of the fans not happy, but I think that's a good call by the assistant over on the outer side. Lawson just sneaking offside. Nateros. You can hear the wind picking up here at Lakeside. Quick 1-2 between Martineau and Mastro Antonio. Cheel looks out to the left. Eliadis being challenged by Anthony. Turns and plays the ball inboard. Mastro Antonio looking for Devanna. Hudson sharp out of her line, able to pick up the ball. Now some scraggling in the middle of the pitch. Foul on Ali Coleman. Free kick to Alamein. Martineau. Ayres. Martineau. Pollock. Plays it to Williams. Just an aimless long ball from Williams, and they're starting to add up. Alamein have played about 9 or 10 passes now that have just been long, hopeful balls to clear the lines, and they give possession straight back to South Melbourne. Allows them to reset and keep the pressure on. This is no exception. Blissett turns it to Eliadis. Eliadis into the penalty area, and down to the ball and holding is Aaron Hudson. Booted away by the Alamein keeper. Douglas moves it out to the right. Kane, the underdog, to reach the ball ahead of Blissett.
Oh, Louise.
Cheel.
Morrow just said, isn't it?
Now a foul on Eliadis, clattered by Mariana Anthony, who has followed Tiff Eliadis everywhere in this half. I know that Alamein's game plan often requires player-for-player marking. Just wonder if it sometimes serves their best interests to actually establish their own style in the game. Ball played back to Hudson. Under pressure from Ayres, trying to close her down. Quickly out to the left side. Lesh, a loose touch. Eliadis knocked over by Anthony. Referee waves it away. Mastrantonio with a drive. Shouts for handball against Jamie Williams. Referee waves them away again. Pastor, long ball. No questions of offside this time. Lawson through the left side. Being guarded by Nateros. Lawson from the top of the box, and it harmlessly rolls out for a goal kick. Just didn't get any purchase on the shot. And with 5 minutes plus stoppage until half-time, feels as though the game is more or less on South Melbourne's terms, but Alamein have shown how dangerous they can be. They've created a lot of attacking chances, even though the ebb and flow of general play has largely been dictated by the home side. Coleman plays the ball to Wood. Schroeder couldn't control it. Blissett's there. And now hit long into the path of Devanna. Being chased by Williams. Devanna cuts back. Great step to lose Williams. Ayres fires over. And the referee says with a deflection off Ali Coleman. You just see the strength in Devanna's legs to stop at full speed. Jamie Williams' momentum kept disappearing beyond the byline, and Devanna was perfectly balanced. Really is playing chess on a checkers board, Devanna. Here's the corner, into the near post and headed away by Jackson. Schroeder, bit of a casual touch, and gives it back to South Melbourne. Nicolaci to Nateros. Now Pollock. Cheel. And Alex Cheel gives the ball a bit of a slice, and it goes out for a throw over on the right side. 41.5 minutes to go. Still enough time for both teams to try and take the ascendancy into halftime. Eliadis. Pastor. Slide tackle comes in, knocks the ball to Mastrantonio. Looking for Devanna. Flag is up, offside. And Devanna did stray beyond the Alamein defensive line. Just seemed to have mistimed the run. Hudson takes the restart. Hits it long and bends it out for a throw. Nateros throws the ball back to Pollock. Mastrantonio. Cheel. Douglas. Pastor plays it off Eliadis. Second pass straight to Cheel. Anthony, flick header on by Douglas. Lawson advancing, and a slide challenge from Nateros. Puts the ball behind for a corner. Alamein with 2 minutes until halftime. Now a chance to try and put the home side under some real pressure. Corner kick into the near post. Bunted down by Martineau. Back out to Pastor. Curling in, allowed to bounce, flags up, and Coleman's header bounces into the back of the net, but it was already offside. That's twice in this half Alamein have put the ball in the net, only for the flag to be raised. Eliadis. Off Martineau and out. Master Antonio plays it back to Pollock. Back to Ramsey. Top of the penalty area. Plays it to halfway. Amy Jackson charging through. Nicolacci took the ball. Now scoops it high. Ayres knocks it down to Eliadis. Devanna tries to cut past Williams, and Williams gives away a foul with the body check right at the top left corner of the area. 15 seconds of regulation to go in the first half. Fourth official holding the board. Just the 1 minute of stoppage to end the half, and there couldn't be a better time for South Melbourne to take the lead if they can set something up here over this free kick. Alamein with 3 in the wall. Aaron Hudson is looking into the sun to an extent. Devanna gesturing where she wants the free kick to go. What's South got in store? Master Antonio into the arms of Hudson, who holds it between the eyes. Breaks out off her line, runs to the top of the area. Got 30 seconds of the 1 minute stoppage. Maybe Alamein's turn for one last attack. Lawson taking on Nateros. Nateros wins out. Back pass a shallow one. Ramsey has to hustle. Clears it only as far as Douglas. Now Pastor. And Pastor trying for a surprise long shot. It explodes off the boot and goes out for a goal kick, and it's half-time at Lakeside Stadium. Alamein struck first. South Melbourne were level within 3 minutes, and it remains 1-1 at the break. A result that would continue to compress the table in the three-way battle for the Premier's plate. And for now, it is Alamein who feel as though an upset's on the cards, perhaps. South Melbourne, a wealth of chances, just the one hit the back of the net, and they will be looking for more in the second half. And when we return, second half action from Lakeside Stadium, where it is South Melbourne 1, Alamein 1. Welcome back to Lakeside Stadium. We're about to kick off the second half. PlayStation 4 NPL Victoria women's action. South Melbourne 1, Alamein 1. It was an opening goal for Jana Lawson in the 9th minute, cancelled out by Melina Ayres in the 12th. And since then, plenty of chances, some of them neatly put together, some of them chaotic, and ultimately the two nets surviving beyond 1 goal each. That whistle gets us back underway in the second half. Teo Pellizzeri, my name. Great to have your company on FFV Radio in the Mixlr app and mixlr.com/FFV Radio. Don't forget, from 4 p.m. this afternoon, we'll be bringing you South Melbourne's men against the Bentley Greens, plus around the ground scores from Heidelberg United versus Kingston City. Could have the Premier's plate decided today in the men's. But for now, it's all about the Premier's plate in the women's, because South Melbourne would dearly love the points today to be able to move 5 clear at the top of the league. Alamein have made 1 half-time sub. Kelsey Minton is on. So we'll run through the 11s on the pitch for you if you've only just joined us during the half-time break. Ria Schroeder on the ball at the moment, being challenged by Blissett. Anthony turns and plays the ball central. Dangerous pass, but Jackson was cool under pressure. Nateros. Jamie Williams overran the ball, and now Devanna has got a metre on it. Devanna running at Jackson through the left side of the box. Fires a shot over the top right corner. Always rising, and it goes out for a goal kick. So the formations as we start the second half. For South Melbourne, the home team, Molly May Ramsey in goal. Alex Cheel and looks like Jamie Pollock at the centre of defence, with Antonia Nateros on the right and Chelsea Blissett on the left. Ella Mastro-Antonio defensive midfield. In front of her, a double central midfield pair of Tiff Eliadis and Julia Nicolaci. And then Nat Martineau in front of them, midfield diamond. And then up top, Melina Ayres and Lisa Devanna. And for Alamein, Erin Hudson in goal. Amy Jackson next to Ali Coleman at the centre of defence. Anita Lesh on the left. Jamie Williams on the right. Mariana Anthony defensive midfield. And then Mari Pastor and Caitlin Douglas in front of her. And a front three at the moment of Jana Lawson on the left. Ria Schroeder on the right. And Kelsey Minton, the half-time sub, playing up top, having replaced Amy Kane. South Melbourne yet to turn to their bench. Ball through the left side. Lesh getting forward. Can she get there before the byline? Cuts it back. And then the defensive header rushing the edge of the side netting out for a corner kick. Jamie Pollock, perhaps the best player in the air on the pitch, knew exactly where the net was. So Alamein attacking the lake end in the second half. The wind has settled down to an extent. Here's the corner, and it's all South Melbourne as it bounces through the box, and Alex Cheel is first to the ball. Cheel, Devanna, backtracking under pressure from Anthony, knocked over and fouled. South Melbourne taking their time over the restart. Now booted long, up to the halfway almost. Mastro-Antonio brings the ball down, looking for options. Blissett breaking on the left, cuts it in. Nicolaci, first time ball. Devanna tries to run around Jackson and is legged, and the referee pays a penalty. Amy Jackson perhaps trying to convince the referee that the contact started outside the penalty area. But South Melbourne are going to the spot, and Amy Jackson gets a yellow card. Still pointing to where the foul might have taken place, but the referee has said that it was in the box and it's a penalty kick. In the 50th minute, Jackson becomes the first player booked. And Lisa Devanna stands composed over the ball. Erin Hudson waiting on the goal line. Devanna to give South Melbourne the lead off a long run up. And it's saved by Hudson. Hit at a savable height. And Erin Hudson stretched out the right hand and palmed it away. We remain 1-1 at Lakeside. And the ball went out for a corner. South Melbourne take it quickly. And it comes to nothing. Douglas able to break away. What a moment for Erin Hudson. Young goalkeeper who is going to be called into action again here potentially. No, hooked away by Coleman. Williams gets it clear. And now ball up to the halfway line. Nateros heads it on. Bouncing ball. Ali Coleman. As far as Jamie Pollock. Erin Hudson, who for about 5 or 6 weeks was the deputy to Lydia Williams at Melbourne City last summer. Sat on the W League bench a number of times, but never got her debut. It's perfect timing, really, because both Jeff Hopkins and Patrick Kisnorbo are here today watching. No doubt thinking of who is going to be in their squad for the summer ahead. The ball turned out for a South Melbourne throw. They remain on the attack. Ball over on the left side. Schroeder can't keep it in. That was a curious attempt to dribble along the byline. It's given away a corner. Corner taken short. Devanna rolls it to Eliadis. Was falling off balance, but still kept the ball. Mastrantonio scoops across into the area. Headed away by Pastor. Now Jamie Pollock plays it to Nateros. High spiralling ball into the area. Devanna first to meet it. Minton heads it out for a corner. Safety first, and Alamein again remain under pressure. Eliadis, long run up over the corner. Hits it to the near post, Blissett, and turning it into Hudson, out for another corner. That goes down as a shot on target, hard up against the post. Not the greatest corner, but if it turns into a shot on target, you can't fault it. Now, Mastrantonio is going to have an attempt to swing the ball in. Corner, high to a central position. Eliadis with the header! Tiff Eliadis puts South Melbourne in front. Great corner from Mastrantonio, and Eliadis, who does have a fantastic leap, rose to the ball and guided the header beyond the keeper into the back of the net. Aaron Hudson forlornly chasing after the ball as it fell in and put South Melbourne into a 2-1 lead. Put the goal down in the 53rd minute. South Melbourne 2, Alamein 1. And after trailing in the 9th minute, not too long before the hour mark, they have turned it around completely. Alamein make a sub. Rhea Schroeder comes off. Ash Lefebvre comes on. Slightly surprising that she wasn't in the starting 11. It's one of Alamein's best players this year. Kick off. Looks as though Alamein are going to send Lefebvre into a more attacking role and leave Anita Lesh on the left side of defence. Battle for possession. The goal scorer, Eliadis, fouled just inside the defensive half.
Goal scorer for South Melbourne FC, Tiffany Eliadis. South Melbourne FC leads 2-1.
Shield, under pressure at the top of the penalty area, is able to play it out to halfway. Blissett falls over. Kept the ball moving at least, and it scuffs out for a South Melbourne throw at right back. Or for an Alamein throw at right back, I should say. Sok Nicolaitis has sent two of his subs to go and warm up. Amy Medwin and Lucy Adamopoulos. Alamein still has Maria Patricus and Ali Baker on the bench. They've already subbed on Kelsey Minton. Cheel. Douglas. Diagonal ball. Bouncing down to Molly May Ramsey. Plays it out to Pollock. South Melbourne looking to keep the game moving at a good pace. Although this time they give possession away, it's out for a throw. Coleman. Turning and playing the ball to Williams. Long ball from Williams. Cheel nearing to have it covered. Lawson lurking. Back to Ramsey. Ramsey gets it away. Anthony slices an attempt to put the ball back into the box. Martineau to Eliadis. With a little deflection onto Mastrantonio, but headed away by Jackson. Mastrantonio. Devanna. Only as far as Jackson. Over the right side. Cheel chasing, can't run it down. Out it goes. Game's come to a bit of a standstill here. Confusion about where the ball is. Plenty of ball kids around the running track. It's always a busy assignment at Lakeside due to the amount of space you've got to cover. South Melbourne throw from left back. Knocked out, and it's going to be an Alamein ball. They're trying to find a way back into this contest. 57th minute, 2-1 down. Ball bouncing to the byline. Pastor gets there, cuts it back. It went beyond the line. And Lefebvre was in the penalty area, but unable to turn and fire a shot before the whistle had gone. Ramsey, a shallow goal kick. Eliadis is trying to make it work. Blissett dragged over by Lawson. South Melbourne free kick. Mastrantonio. Standing over the restart. Boots it long. This one's going to tail down towards the byline and drift out for a goal kick. South Melbourne's other subs, Michelle Vertzi and Caitlin Greiser, in addition to Lucy Adamopoulos and Amy Medwin. Plenty of options. Greiser has scored 11 goals this year. It's good enough to be in the top 5 scorers in the NPLW. Not good enough to get a start at South Melbourne. Ball bounces out. We're almost at 3 p.m, so I will keep you posted on Heidelberg versus Kingston City. Douglas wins a corner over at the right byline. Anita Lesh going over to take the corner. She'll be a player determined to have a big second half. Really struggled in the game at Amy Park. Would really love to make amends here. Can she deliver the cross for the equaliser? Lesh strikes the corner, drifting to the top of the box. Lawson down to Minton. Back out to Lesh, loses possession to Mastrantonio. Cleared. Lefebvre battling Ayres. 2 young Matildas, shoulder to shoulder. And the foul by Ayres means it will be an Alamein free kick. Williams from halfway. Half volleyed away by Eliadis. Now Devanna offside. Wind just starting to pick up again. We had been in a far calmer period of the game in the first 15 minutes of the second half, and as we tick up to the hour mark, it is starting to really gust again, favouring the end that Alamein are attacking, the lake end. For those of you who will catch up with this later on Facebook or YouTube, the right of screen. Lefebvre plays the ball to Lesh. Lesh steering across, only as far as Mastrantonio, scoops a clearance high. Douglas challenging Nicolacci, now Pastor. Rolling over to the right side. Jana Lawson up against Chelsea Blissett. Tries a step over. The 2 country kids going head to head. And Blissett wins out, able to turn the ball behind. Lawson's done well to win a corner. And as the wind really picks up, it's going to take good delivery. And then it could cause all sorts of problems for the South Melbourne defence. Anita Lesh on corner taking duty once again. Into the near post. Flick headed by Pollock. Out for another corner. And the American does have excellent judgment in the air, but that was a fine margin of error. Could very easily have sliced that in for an own goal. Lesh sets the ball once again. Repeat corners for Alamein, trying to find an equaliser. Lesh hits this one high to the far post. Coleman headed off the line. Martineau gets it away. Still in the penalty area. Minton went to ground. Shouts for a penalty. Waved away by the referee. Mariana Anthony knocks the ball back in, and it bounces down to Ramsey. Ramsey rolls it out to Nateros. Now Eliadis. High ball through the right side. Ayres trying to muscle ahead of Coleman. Can't do so. Ball flicked on. Devanna. And now Douglas. Caitlin Douglas turning and playing it through the right side. Lawson. Can she run the ball down? Nope. The wind took hold and it continued to tumble on. And as flagged about 5 minutes ago, South Melbourne are going to make a double change. Lucy Adamopoulos and Amy Medwin coming on. And it's going to be Antonia Nateros coming off. And also Chelsea Blissett. So 2 straight swaps here. Nateros and Adamopoulos centre-backs. Blissett and Medwin left-backs. And it's high fives on the bench for both. South Melbourne in a 2-1 lead. So South Melbourne's first 2 changes of the afternoon. Not a bad luxury to have a W League player in Adamopoulos and former junior Matilda in Medwin sitting on the bench. Throw it. Lawson. And it's out of Ayres. Alamein throw. Lawson takes it quickly. Minton chasing Cheel. And a bit too physical in the challenge there. Kelsey Minton is quick. Alex Cheel was just trying to use her body to block her run. Got fouled in doing so. Cheel boots the ball to halfway. Devanna slices it out. Throw in for Jenna Lawson. Hurls it into the head of Minton, and then Jamie Pollock coming across to put it out. Alamein have done quite well to perhaps have their best 10 or 15 minutes of the day in general play ever since going behind to Eliadis' goal in the 53rd minute. The game has perhaps been on their terms. Devanna trying to change all that, breaking away from Williams into the attacking half. Devanna with open space to exploit to the top of the box, and then ran into the challenge of Amy Jackson. Ayres tries to win the ball back. Players converge. Lesh to Pastor, and now a deflection out to Lefebvre on the left side. Looks up at Adamopoulos, takes a step away, plays it back to Lesh. Now Lesh coughs up possession to Martineau, but she can't keep the ball. Lefebvre, Jackson plays it to Lesh, and now out for a throw. Coming in from the left side, headed away by Adamopoulos. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on FFE Radio in the Mixlr app. 4 p.m. today, South Melbourne versus the Bentley Greens. About to have kick-off in 2 other men's matches, Heidelberg versus Kingston City. And in a very dead rubber, St Albans versus Port Melbourne. St Albans already mathematically relegated after yesterday's results. Port Melbourne can't get relegated, can't make the finals. But we will keep you posted with scores from that game. Situation in the men's. If South and Bentley draw and Heidelberg win, Heidelberg take the Premier's plate today. If we have a winner either way here at Lakeside, then no matter the results at Olympic Village, the title stays alive. Devanna breaking at speed. Williams trying to close her down and clatters her from behind right at the edge of the penalty area. I have to say it was accidental more than a professional foul, but it'll be sanctioned like a professional foul. Jamie Williams gets a yellow card. And it's a free kick right at the edge of the area in a perfect shooting position for a left footer. Jamie Williams joins Amy Jackson in the referee's book as the only 2 players today to have received a yellow card. Devanna had a penalty saved. How about a free kick? Alamein have set the wall. Erin Hudson waits on the line. Devanna stands solo over the set piece. And it's in. Hudson appeared to lunge for it, but couldn't keep it out. And Lisa Devanna gets her goal. It's 3-1 to South Melbourne, and the points starting to look safe. Devanna's free kick, not hit with any great menace, but directed well enough that the outstretched right hand of Erin Hudson couldn't foil her for the second time today. It burst past Hudson into the side of the net, and it's South Melbourne 3, Alamein 1. And in the 68th minute, Lisa Devanna gets her goal. And the context is huge because Calder United, who would have been hoping for so much of this match that Alamein could do them a big favour, well, now South Melbourne are set to break 5 points clear. Pastor through. They can get the instant reply. Game back on. Mari Pastor scores. And Alamein have a lifeline. South Melbourne enjoyed all of 60 seconds with a 2-goal buffer. And Pastor's lob bouncing over Ramsey into the back of the net. And just like that, we're back to a 1-goal game. And it's 3-2 at Lakeside Stadium. I did say that this ground has been notorious for high-scoring shootouts this year. Well, this one is now no exception. 5 goals, and we've still got 20 minutes to go. Kick-off, South Melbourne. Might have been forgiven for thinking the job was done, given Alamein hadn't created a great deal from a lot of territory and a lot of possession. String of corners, couldn't really turn them into shots on goal. Well, now they're only one mistake or one moment of brilliance away from levelling this game back up. But as things stand, South Melbourne are still 5 points clear of Calder on the table. Long ball, Kelsey Minton. Ramsey's come out of her line. Minton hooks it across the face. And it's bouncing out for a throw. Kelsey Minton nearly repeating Pastor's goal from seconds earlier. Long throw from Lawson. Cheel heads it away. Baker. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Alison Baker was subbed on after Alamein pegged that goal back. Jamie Pollock on the ball at the moment. Jackson knocks it to Pastor. Diagonal ball and bouncing out. Anita Lesh was the player subbed off for Ali Baker. South Melbourne have a change of their own now. Defensive midfielder, the veteran American Michelle Vertzi coming on for Julia Nicolacci. Very nearly performance from Nicolacci today. Had about 3 or 4 shots on goal, all of them flying high over the target. Nearly able to make this a memorable day for her. Not sure it will live too long in the memory, this one. Ball through the left side, knocked away by Coleman. Medwin. Blocked away by Jackson up to halfway. Minton. Now Pastor. Looking for Douglas. A foot race between Douglas and Cheel. Neither of them are express. Cheel gets to the ball first, and then Douglas with an ugly tackle, knocking over Alex Cheel. And that is an easy yellow card for the referee to pay. It's very uncharacteristic of Caitlin Douglas. I've got to say, one of the nicest people and one of the nicest players you'll ever meet. And that was just completely out of character. Ugly challenge from behind, and it's a yellow card in every sense of the word, especially given where the ball was on the pitch. Pollock restarts the game and hooks it out onto the running track, so Alamein get a throw, and it's still that nervous one-goal margin. 3-2, 73rd minute. Long way from home. Plenty more can happen. Referee's whistling here. Perhaps multi-ball is the reason. Now Lawson can restart the game. Ball bouncing into the box. Martineau heads it out to the left side. Medwin, body facing the wrong way. Turned it back to Cheal. Caught in possession by Minton. And Minton loops the ball into the box. Held on to by Ramsey. And maybe Minton there just being grappled by Cheal. Could have gone to ground. Could have sold the contact. But instead tried to have a pot shot at goal. Bouncing ball. Ayres and Coleman in a tangle. Now Jackson. Slips away from Ayres, around Eliadis, Coleman to Douglas. Back to Coleman, switching flanks over to the left side. Now Anthony, looking to drive forward, playing it through the left. Lefebvre has really got to shift it here. Able to chase the ball down at the line. And wins the throw, does well. Level with the penalty area, taken quickly, headed by Adamopoulos to the top of the box. And now Verzi. Plays it to Devanna and back to Martineau. High ball up to the halfway line. Alamein win possession back. Jackson plays it to Anthony. Douglas sliding it to Baker, and now Minton out to the right. Lawson. Alamein trying to build. Lawson tangling with Medwin, and the ball is knocked away for a corner. What's the Lino's call? It is a corner off Mastrantonio. I think Ella Mastrantonio was trying to convince the ref that it was a deflection favouring South Melbourne, but not to be. And Alamein, again, go in search of the equaliser. Douglas on corner taking duties now. Hits the ball high to the back post. Jackson, and now a speculative volley from Baker lands on the roof of the net. Hopeful up and under attempts that would have had to hit with considerably more force to fall in. Goal kick. Ramsey into an aerial duel. Verzi. Alamein throw. Lawson. Passed off. Flicks it on. Cheal being chased by Minton. These two have clashed once already in the half, and Cheal this time gets it away out for a throw level with the area. Alamein have got real momentum behind them at the moment. Lawson hurls it into the box. Flick header falling in the 6-yard area. Scramble and cleared by Medwin. Does well to bomb it out from a sea of legs. And now Jackson plays the ball back to Hudson. Change of direction to Jamie Williams. Williams gives the ball away. Medwin stopped it in its tracks. Mastrantonio able to play a beautiful through ball. Devanna is in for South Melbourne. Devanna's got a double, and South Melbourne lead 4-2. How about that for a pass deep in midfield, splitting the defence. Lisa Devanna did the rest. And in the 76th minute, South Melbourne's 2-goal cushion restored. Lisa Devanna makes it South Melbourne 4, Alamein 2. 2 goals in 8 minutes for the Matildas' all-time leading scorer. Alamein go back and kick off. They scored within 60 seconds last time. They repeat the trick
Goals
here.
from South Melbourne FC, Lisa Devana. Score is South Melbourne FC 4, Alamein.
Ayres. Now Coleman. Back to Jackson. Anthony through the left side. Adamopoulos. Back pass. Asked a question of Ramsey, but she was able to get there in time to clear it away. Baker. And now Anthony again through the left. Adamopoulos comes across. Goes to ground and slides the ball out. 78th minute. Alamein, you'd think would be good enough for another one. Two might be asking a bit. South Melbourne are potentially here bringing on a game changer in Caitlin Greiser, because she really does have a happy knack of scoring goals off the bench. Lisa Devana being met with a warm round of applause here as she leaves the game. Goals in the 68th and 76th minutes today. It's been an excellent shift and really a touch of class on that fourth goal for South Melbourne this afternoon. Such a devastating force, Lisa Devana, and still at the peak of her powers. She jogs down the tunnel after a quick word with Sock Nicolaitis. Pastor. Baker passing into traffic, cleared by Master Antonio. Greiser, first touch off the bench. Scored at Amy Park against Alamein last time the teams met. Medwin and Williams in the road to knock the ball away. We've got kickoff in both our 3 p.m. men's NPL games. Still no goals between Heidelberg and Kingston, or between St Albans and Port Melbourne. We will keep you posted. Don't forget, in the men's, South Melbourne versus Bentley Greens from 4. And if you're listening in and would like to see a women's NPL match this weekend, 6:30 tonight down at Kingston Heath. Bayside versus Senior NTC. Tomorrow night at the Veneto Club, 8:30 p.m. It'll be live on FFE Radio as well. Bulleen Lions taking on Southern United. Southern United, whose chances of making the top 4 mathematically stay alive. If Alamein are beaten today, I did mention earlier that in a 27-game season, Southern United can only reach 45 points. Alamein are currently on 43. So Alamein are just 1 win away from locking the top 4. It won't be today, unless they can score 3 times in the last 10 minutes. Greiser knocks the ball out for a throw. Lawson bouncing to Pollock. Pollock clears. Jackson able to keep possession. Greiser wrestling against Baker. Douglas, long ball, down to Ramsey. Ramsey boots it high to the halfway line. Jackson hoofs it clear. It's bouncing and Lefebvre running from very deep, but Ramsey will get to the ball first. Now, a bit of a ricochet, falling to Cheel in a 50-50 with Douglas. Ball deflects away, out for a throw over on the right side. Into the 82nd minute, 4-2 to South Melbourne. Douglas, dispossessed by Medwin, long ball. Greiser was in the defensive half and plays it to Ayres. And now Ayres back to Vertzi, subs linking up. Now Vertzi, Eliadis has one already today and turning onto her left foot, blocked out for a corner by Jamie Williams. Jackson was appealing for offside, but Caitlin Greiser had been in the defensive half when the ball was played. It's a very long pitch, Lakeside, but it is quite narrow, so it does take some getting used to as a visiting team. Of course, the women's NPL, it's 3 rounds of head-to-head, so South Melbourne's previous home game against Alamein was at Amy Park rather than here. Mastro Antonio's corner, cleared off the near post. Lefebvre gets it out of the box, and Adamopoulos keeps it away from Minton, shoulder to shoulder. Minton goes back in and takes the ball. Breaking down the right, sweeping cross, and it's knocked away by Jamie Pollock. He's got a very understated role today at the centre of defence, Jamie Pollock, but he's done quite well for South Melbourne's cause. Vertzi caught in possession. Medwin to Cheel. Looked like a handball by Lawson. The referee will let it slide. Vertzi's in possession. Gives up the ball to Williams. Now back to Pollock. Scrappy play. And the ball is eventually volleyed out. Here's a sub. It's going to be Maria Patricas coming on. Jamie Williams is subbed off. Sub takes place in the blink of an eye. And it means that Alamein have brought on all 4 outfielders they had available to them. You're allowed to make 5 changes in the women's NPL, but Mr. Maisels looks as though she really is only required for an absolute emergency today. We've got a free kick for South Melbourne in their defensive half. High ball, bouncing into the penalty area. Eliadis leaps up to challenge Lefebvre, and it's a clash of heads. They might have to call the trainers here, because even though Eliadis never went to ground and stayed on her haunches, Ash Lefebvre straight away collapsed to the turf. So Erin Hudson will restart play. Alamein have the ball at left back. We're into the 88th minute now. 4-2 to South Melbourne. Jackson battling Eliadis for possession. Out to the left side, and Anthony can't keep the ball in. Over the line it goes. Jackson plays the ball back to Coleman. The applause you can hear is Lefebvre being carried down the tunnel. In the meantime, Alamein on the attack. Anthony trapped in possession by Martineau. Ball rolls out. And Melissa Maisels, wearing the number 10 shirt, comes on as an outfield player. That is something different. Into the 89th minute. It's only going to be a brief cameo. You wonder if she can spring some sort of a surprise. Lawson plays the ball over to the right side, and Baker can't chase it down. Out it goes. Into the last minute of regulation we go. There'll be at least 4 minutes of stoppage now, maybe 5. High scoring game. The occasional delay with ball kids chasing down throws. Scramble in the penalty area, and the ball rolls out for a goal kick in the end. Maisels able to get involved, but the ball rolled well wide of the right-hand stick. Who knows, if they'd scored there, it could have set up quite a nervous stoppage time period for South Melbourne. As it stands, 30 seconds to go. High ball, Jackson heads it out. South Melbourne possession in their defensive half. News of a penalty for Heidelberg United at Olympic Village. We'll keep you posted. Eliadis trying to run through Baker. Patrika wins the ball away. Cheel, now Medwin. Again battling for the ball. Patrika, Baker. Now Minton. And a foul going Alamein's way. And confirmed a goal for Heidelberg. Kenny Athieu has scored from the penalty spot. Heidelberg 1, leading Kingston City 0. Ball rolls out for a goal kick in the meantime. Fourth official is still flipping numbers over on the board. We have played 30 seconds of stoppage time so far. Jackson, header out for another throw. As is customary here at Lakeside, the South Melbourne men's team make their way out onto the outskirts of the pitch to have a look at the final few seconds of the game before their own warm-up. Medwin, foul, Douglas takes it quickly. Maisels breaking down the right and can't get to the ball before Cheel. It's gone out for a goal kick. .90 seconds of stoppage time has been played. Just admit the fourth official I missed the board when it was raised. Didn't go up exactly on the 90. Medwin. Rizo. Back to Medwin. Trying to clear it down the line. Patrikas. Now Cheel. Deflection. Medwin caught in a 1-on-2. Minton takes the ball away and is fouled. Free kick, Alamein. Wide on the right. Won't be easy to turn this into a shot on target. Caitlin Douglas over the free kick. Douglas sends it to the penalty spot. Pack of players, it falls loose. Ramsey holds. Might have just got a shin to the face from Amy Jackson running through. How hard was the contact? Not enough to put off Molly May Ramsey. Back to her feet she gets. Boots the ball away. Alamein trying to keep it in the attacking half, but Martineau's got the ball. Headed out of defence by Coleman. Now Anthony tries to turn it down the left side. Lawson. High ball, too much on. Bouncing down to Ramsey, who waits for it to fall into the area. Now rolls it out to Adamopoulos. Plays it to Martineau. Right touchline. High ball, deflected on. Coleman heads it away. Eliadis loads up across. Greiser advancing. Hudson comes out and grabs the ball on the bounce. Boots it clear. Play continues. Clock ticking up to 3.5 minutes of stoppage now. Ball goes out for a South Melbourne throw. 2-goal margin. Game petering out at Lakeside here. South Melbourne are going to be 5 points clear at the top of the league. Players hailing cabs over a throw. Alamein ball. Held down the line by Jackson. Now turned out by Minton for a South Melbourne throw. Medwin. Jackson. Amy Jackson throws the ball in. Lawson. Jackson. Through the right side. Cheel ushering it towards the byline. Pastor in a wrestle. Ball goes out for a goal kick. South Melbourne in no hurry to take it. 4.5 minutes of stoppage time ticked over. Alamein Ramsey rolls the ball out. It's ready to drive the goal kick. Ramsey takes the goal kick, and it's met with the full-time whistle. South Melbourne break 5 points clear at the top of the league. Another shootout at Lakeside Stadium. This venue really does have such a great reputation for goals, and there were plenty today. South Melbourne 4 defeating Alamein 2.